What is happening, everyone? How's everybody doing
Howdy.
tonight?
What's going on? I didn't get the memo about no hat night.
It was a secret.
I was at a pancake supper and I had combed my hair, so I'm gonna throw my hat on before the game starts.
Pancake suppers, so fancy.
It was a church thing. I had to participate in Pancake Tuesday.
Fancy.
Fancy pancakes.
Oh my goodness. A legendary drunk penguin.
Yeah. What's up?
That's the
penguin?
right guy to be here, considering
Yeah.
tonight's topic.
So tonight's topic: whiskey.
Yeah.
Whiskey.
So the beer fridge is not drinking beer this evening, folks.
Yeah. We twisted his arm.
What?
So I came prepared and I got a big gulp
Of whiskey
of whiskey
and water.
and
Twitch,
some water.
He drinks responsibly.
And water.
He's an adult.
Gotta hydrate.
He's good.
Mm.
So what are you drinking, Fridge?
So I am drinking one of my two favorite whiskeys of all time. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is Old Forester. 86 proof.
Twinsies.
Nick would be proud. A twinsies. Nice. To me, it's one of the smoothest whiskeys that's out there. If I just want to sit
Old
back and
Forester's
relax,
great.
I don't even have to add water to it. It's so damn smooth. The water's more for the, not getting plastered while I'm playing games and stumbling to bed tonight. Yes, that's why I mix some water with it. Usually, if I want to go with something that's a little more of a bite, I do the Russell's Kentucky bourbon, and that's a little bit stronger. It definitely has a much more bigger bite to it, and it costs a little more too, which is why I don't buy it as often. But
Right.
it's usually
Nice,
like
nice.
$53 a bottle or something like that.
What about
That's
you,
not
Deuce?
bad.
What you got going on?
Well, I'm doing the same thing, except I'm doing water. I'm doing whiskey, the Old Forester, but with ginger. So I'm drinking it with ginger ale. So my stream drink is usually whiskey ginger in the nice, I use the Arctic cup because I'm not fancy enough to have a Yeti, but I use one of these. For the same reasons, I don't want to be hammered whenever I finish the stream. So I use it to mix with. When I'm doing like my neats or just on the rocks, I go with Bullet. Right now I have Bullet, right? This is a freaking tanker right here. Look at this thing. It's huge.
It's bigger
Kind
than
of
your
jealous.
feet.
Oh,
Keep that jar for after the
Gigantic.
apocalypse.
well, so what happened was I went to Arizona. What had happened was I went to Arizona for Christmas and we went to Costco and they have like ridiculous supplies of alcohol in the big giant containers. So
And
this
cheap.
big bastard was like $30.
Oh, Jesus.
Where the smaller version of this here in Oklahoma is like 35. So I'm going back to Arizona in like 2 weeks and I'm gonna load up the damn car with booze. It's gonna be ridiculous and awesome. I'll take pictures of it.
Please do. Please do.
Yeah.
So me, technically, I'm drinking a scotch. It is Lagavulin, 16-year. Very tasty, very peaty. One of my favorite scotches.
It's a solid.
In terms of whiskey, and I drink it neat. Poured about 2 fingers, but I got about halfway through it before we started. Just about 2 tiny drops of water, swirl it around, let it sit, sip it. And I really enjoy Lagavulin Scotch. Glenlivet is good in a pinch. Macallan 18 is my top tier favorite, but I'm not paying $200 for a bottle.
Yeah, that's nuts.
In terms of whiskey, I like Bullet. I like Old Forester. Knob Creek, though, kind of above that for me. Like just above those. But this is the only whiskey I have in the house right now, and it's almost gone. I gotta re-up.
Now, do you like flavored whiskeys or I don't know, really flavored like variant whiskeys? because there's a distillery here in Iowa called Cedar Ridge, and they do like aged in tequila barrels. They do aged in port cask wine barrels. They do like a bunch of different stuff.
I can't say I've ever tried it. I just drink run-of-the-mill shit.
Yeah, I mean, so I went into the liquor store one day and I get up to check out with my beer that's out. You know, I have this big pile of beer that I put on the freaking belt like always, and I'm sitting there waiting for the lady to check through all my stuff, and I see these bottles all sitting there, and there's 4 of them, right? And so, you know, I'm with my brother-in-law, and and we're like, okay, what are those bottles there for? That's something new. And it's like, yeah, we're doing samples. Keep in mind these are, you know, I think they're $58 a bottle or something like that, and they're doing samples. And I was like, okay, could we do a sample of one of each? And the lady's like, yeah, absolutely.
Let's go. What's
So
up, Mike?
4 shots in a liquor store. It was
That's how you
fantastic.
do it.
But the
That's how you
tequila
do
one
it.
was a little weird. I didn't care for that one too much. But the wine, the port cask one was fantastic. So definitely has like more of like a plum type flavor to it. But
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I'll
can
take
see
a.
how
What?
wine cast whiskey could be tasty. Go ahead, Deuce. I'm sorry.
Yeah. You know, I don't do the variant seat at all, really, but I'll do like I have a decanter, like a decanter downstairs on the bar, and I fill that up with like Evan Williams, cheaper,
yeah.
$12, $15 bottle. It just sits in
Still
the
not
decanter.
bad.
People, yeah, my Uncle Tom likes to drink it, and then I
Do
have
you have an Uncle Tom?
I do. And he is fucking awesome. He wears bow ties and everything. He's great. Um, but then I have the Forester and the Bullets for like I say my consumption, but people that know that I have it like go to the shelf. But what's your top shelf go to? And what's that price range like? Anyway, either way.
Mine, I don't know. Like
Yeah.
I don't I'm not a huge. I mean, I drink whiskey. That's my go-to. Any sort of brown liquors are my go-to.
Yeah.
You know, outside of beer. But like I said before, like the most expensive bottles that I get are like the Russells. You know, the 53, you know, to 60, you know, dollars a bottle. I won't go above that. I've paid more for a beer than I have of.
That's what I was just gonna say. Like you'll spend money on the beer more than you'll spend money on the whiskey.
Yeah.
I used to buy a bottle of 18-year Macallan once a year, and I'd let it last the year.
Yeah.
That was my favorite. Shit is like apple juice, but apple juice that kicks you right in the throat. It's just got a good aftertaste. It's my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In terms of just, you know, whiskey, Johnny Walker Blue would be high up there for me too. Like if I want to spend a lot, you know, that can cost you anywhere from $120 to $180, depending where you get it. Those would probably be my top 2 in terms of like top shelf, high price range, low availability. Although Johnny Walker Blue is getting a lot more popular, a lot more available. Hence where AJ got his voice.
Oh
yeah.
Mike Stan with the "Let's Go, baby."
Yeah.
Any whiskeys or scotches that we should be aware of? We haven't talked about yet. We should go to liquor store and try.
Brian said Glen Green does flavored variants for scotch. Some are delicious.
We should
interested to try that.
We should buy a bottle it's a trio of the $200 scotch and just ship it back and forth to each other to do shots on stream.
First donation goal, $600. Each of us gets a bottle.
No, I said we'd get one bottle and we ship it back and forth.
Fuck that. That's too much work.
Just like beer, you have to ship it as a cooking oil. Guys, I this is the one and only time that I might ever show my hair. So,
I was expecting a blonde little bob do, whatever that shit's called.
Jameson's not bad. I can do some JMO shots.
Oh, yeah. Jameson's pretty great. Jameson is like not the only, but for a long time it was the only whiskey I could take shots of and not be like kind of gaggy. We would do this kayak trip back in Arizona. You've probably seen pictures of Horseshoe Bend up there.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you can take like an ocean kayak and they'll backhaul you up to the dam up there, and then you basically just float down. So we call it a kayak trip, but it was more of a float. And we would just load up ice chests full of booze. So there'd be like Dave's Pale Ale bottle. We each had to have a bottle of Jameson with us because we played Jameson toss. So what you do is as you're floating down the river, you have to drink some of the Jameson first, so make sure that it floats. And then you use one bottle and you chuck it as far as you can down the river, and then you paddle to it. And the first person to get there has to take a swig, toot the bottle, and then throw it again. And we just do this until we're out of whiskey. So by the time the day's over, we're lucky that we had life jackets on sometimes because it was ridiculous. But that's a really fun trip.
Sketchy, dude. That's sketchy as fuck.
That's pretty.
Brian is a Scotch fanatic when it comes to the Islay malts.
Do tell. Do tell.
I can't pronounce the one he said. Ardbeg Uguidal, smoky Islay malts.
Wagito.
Right,
it's Wagito.
Wagito, okay.
What? I think it's, yeah. Brian, correct me. Say if I'm saying it right or not. I thought it was Wagito. Right.
I'm bad with pronunciation.
Yeah, no, I'm a huge Jameson person as well, but that's just because I'm a big Chicago Cubs fan, so every time I go to Wrigleyville, it's nothing but Jameson all over the freaking place. All the time.
Yeah. I love me some Jameson, actually.
The first shot of whiskey I ever did was Crown.
And Crown?
Like, I was like not 21.
Are you sure?
Yeah, no, I was 17. And my older brother, when I was younger, my oldest brother, we looked alike. And he gave me his ID when he got a new ID. So some of the more sketchy bars would take it even though it was expired. So I'd get in with the guys I worked with and we'd go out drinking. And I would just drink beer. And this one day, my buddy Ryan just puts a shot in front of me and I was like, okay, I guess I'll do it. And I just threw it back, didn't know what it was. It hit the back of my throat and I just went, ugh. So that was my first experience with whiskey. And I didn't touch Crown for a while after that, but then I slowly got into like drinking Jameson, and then just kind of worked up from there. But I like Crown now. Crown's fucking delicious.
That's good stuff.
There's a
Really
ginger
good.
spice whiskey, misunderstood whiskey. Okay. I'm gonna note that because I drink whiskey gingers all the time.
Totally. Brian says it's Iwi Guidal. Iwi Guidal.
Iwi Guidal, okay. Anything from Islay Ardbeg?
Oh, Crown Apple's ridiculous. Like, you don't need anything to mix with it. You don't need a splash of water. You don't need ice. Yeah. It's just
Crown Maple.
Sip on the bottle.
Crown Maple is like drinking pancakes. It's fucking ridiculous. That should be illegal.
Yeah. All right.
Qual Ela 12 year. Oh man, I'm gonna have to like go back and watch the chat replay and take notes.
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't have done this talk.
Yeah.
People seem to enjoy it. People like Scotch and whiskey.
No, I think it's good.
A good choice. This was a good choice.
It gives me a chance to change things up a bit too. I do enjoy the beer and the talks about beer, but it's not the only thing I drink.
Fun fact.
Skull Splitter was present when Jesus turned water into whiskey.
I don't think that's accurate.
All right.
It is like apple juice. I'm ready to get one going, guys.
Yeah, you want to start off with the normal, then do challenges?
Yeah.
We can do that.
That's a good idea.
All right.
All right, let me
Thanks
get my
for the discussion on the whiskey, guys. Keep it going.
Transition screen inbound for those of you that have your sound up really, really loud.
Yeah. If you haven't seen the transition screen, it's the tits.